Hey everybody, some exciting news. Konami has finally given some more details about the TurboGrafx-16 Mini, including the full lineup of games and the launch date. So it's going to come out March 19th, 2020. And according to Kotaku, it's only going to be sold at Amazon. And pre-orders are actually supposed to open up just around the corner during the Prime Day celebration, which starts on the 15th. Now, the price has not been announced, but over in Japan, apparently, it's about $100 US. So that perhaps could be the price here as well, $100 US. So they announced all the games. Here's some more details of it. You know, of course, it looks like a miniature TurboGrafx-16. And let's go back. So and as you can see, there's the USB ports, which will be used for the controllers. And we can get a closer look of the controllers. This is the official site. So it looks, you know, pretty standard, what you'd expect. And they have another picture as well of the system. So pretty much what we'd expect. It tells you could save at any time with quick save. Choose display models. It is HDMI out. And if you have a multi-tap, you can have up to 5 players. Now, it has 2 ports already on the system. You could see those right here. So you can hook up 2 controllers, but it's only going to come with 1. So you can buy the extra controller separately in a multi-tap if you want to do 5-player games. Now, here's the games. So they have like a mix of like 24-ish English games and I think 26 Japanese PC Engine games. So they're going to like kind of put them both onto one system. So I think no matter where you buy the system, it's basically going to have the same games for the most part. And some of the games overlap. So there might be games that you see twice on a list. So you'll get the American version and the Japanese version. Very interesting idea to just say, hey, let's put all the games, Japanese and American, on one system and just sell it to everybody. It'll be interesting to see how that's received. So here's the American games. So we got Alien Crush, Victory Run, Blazing Lasers, Newtopia, Dungeon Explorer, R-Type, Moto Rotor, Power Golf, Ease Book 1 and 2, which of course was a CD game. So some of these games are CD games. Ninja Spirit, JJ and Jeff, Space Harrier, which is kind of interesting to see a Sega game. I know, you know, at the time it got, released on the other system, but with the Sega Genesis Mini, they would probably have to pay a licensing fee to Sega to include it. So it's kind of interesting and kind of cool that Sega said, yeah, go ahead, put it on the TG16 Mini. Of course, they probably got some money for it. Military Madness, Chu Man Fu, Psychosis, Bonk's Revenge, Parasol Stars, Kadash, New Adventure Island, Air Zonk, which is kind of cool to see this late release. It's like a futuristic Bonk, except it's a shooter. Newtopia 2, Soldier Blade, Lords of Thunder, and Bomberman 93. Now for the Japanese games, or PC Engine, if you will. So we have The Kung Fu, which I think was China Warrior. This Necromancer game. Some of these games I'm not familiar with, like this Skateball game, but we got Fantasy Zone. Nectaris, which I think is also known as Military Madness. So that's like one of the overlapping games. And Dungeon Explorer we saw before, Newtopia. So you got some overlap. This is Bonk. So this might be the original Bonk, which would be kind of cool because the other Bonk was Bonk 2. We got Ease Book 1 and 2 again, Super Darius, Super Star Soldier. Not sure. I can't pronounce that game. I'm sorry. You can let me know in the comments below. Aldenis. So this, I think, was a Super Graphics game. This might actually be a Ghouls and Ghosts Super Graphics game. I think that might be what it is. I'm not sure. Or one of those games. Newtopia 2, Gradius, Salamander. Another game I'm not familiar with. A version of Ninja Gaiden, a Japanese version. Star Parador. So that's I can't remember what's that, like a fantasy zone game, I think, maybe. Snatcher. Now, this is interesting. So this was a CD-ROM game, has a cult following. I'm going to guess that it's going to be in Japanese. So that's kind of a bummer for American fans that it's not going to include a translation. I could be wrong. Maybe they'll include an option where you can see it in Japanese or in English, but I'm guessing if they're saying this is the Japanese versions of the game, that they're only going to have Japanese text, which makes this unplayable for some American fans, like myself, who can't speak Japanese or read it. Gradius 2, Cho Aniki, then we have Dracula X, Bomberman 94, Bomberman Panic, and this other game that I'm not familiar with. So those are all the games. Some of them overlap. So there's 50 games, but not really, because some of them are the same. So you have some more specifications here. You know, you have the HDMI out. USB micro B, it's powered by a USB cable, so you'd have to plug it into a USB port on the back of your TV, I'm assuming, or something, something you have nearby that can take a USB cable. 720 output, and it comes with the one controller and HDMI cable instructions and the USB cable. So if you want a power adapter, you will have to buy that separately, and you can see it right here. They haven't announced the price for this. Here's the Turbo Tap, and here's some extra controllers which kind of look, different color scheme, have this kind of white color scheme. That I'm not sure if that's how it was in one of the other markets outside of America, if like the PC Engine had it, but it's kind of interesting to see these different color schemes. So that's it. That's basically all the information we have about the TurboGrafx-16 Mini coming out in March. You might be able to pre-order it soon at Amazon. Might be around $100. That's my guess. Maybe 80. We'll see. What do you think? Is it something where you would buy it for $100 or 80 if it's a little cheaper than what Japan's getting? Are you excited about the game library, or are you kind of, about it? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time on the next No Swear Gamer video.